So, the day before yesterday was a day, Wednesday, something of January, and this is the following experience which I and my friend went through. So I came to my friend's house, Norman, came to his house on the 22nd of December last year because he asked me to come to help him because he's been going through some difficulty, having come back over here from Morocco where he was living with his two sons, Adam and Ilyas. Adam and Ilyas have been enjoying time at home instead of going to school some days, because at the moment we're trying to make plans. We're trying to factor in everybody's needs. Anyway, my being here has helped massively. It's helped me. It's helped Norman. Anybody else we've tried to help, we've tried to speak to about the plans, about... Anyway, the school is like a strict parent, and the school has rung Norman every time Adam has been off school and text him every time Ilyas has been off school. Now, on that day, two teachers came to the door, and bearing in mind, me and Norman had already discussed that we were going to ring the school up and try to explain the situation, because it's quite complicated. There's mental health conditions involved, but not to mention the physical rehabilitation that we've been carrying out on his left arm, which he hadn't really been using after an accident, and he's getting some use back out of the arm. So I've been here in that name, rehabilitating, trying to get some order in the space in a home, make it feel homely. And the boys, Adam and Ilyas, seem to want to just spend all of their time on their mobile phones playing a game. So the teachers came to the door, or school employees, I don't know. They had lanyards on, two ladies, tactical. So they said, we're here because Adam has missed 2 days off school in a row. I said, okay. And they said, where is Adam? Now I understand at this point, if these are teachers, they don't know my face, but that's not the point, because I spoke to them and I spoke truth to them, and they said, is Adam in there? I said, yes. And she said, can we come in and peer around the door to check that he is okay? And I said, no, you can't come in and look at a sleeping child in this home. But we were intending to call the school so that they are aware of the situation. But at this point, by the way, Norman had gone for a walk, so he wasn't present. I said, no, you can't come in, but we are going to ring the school today. We already intended to do this. The ladies went away. No, actually, no, they didn't. One of them told me, didn't ask me, told me to tell Norman. I don't tell anybody in this life what to do. No, I do not. Tell Norman, as soon as he gets back, he needs, it's not a choice. He needs to call us immediately. Like, don't think about your own life at all. Don't feel stress or anxiety, or what you need to do is make this phone call for our benefit only because we told you to. Well, no, that is not the correct way to live. Anyway, Norman comes back from his walk. We sit down. I tell him, the school's been round. They want you to call them. Is anybody aware of anxiety and the properties that present? Anybody? So, up until that point, we had slowly and steadily been getting some order in this space, some balance. As the man of the house, it's important for Norman to be balanced emotionally, spiritually, physically. It's very important because nothing else will be balanced if the main contributing energy to the space is not balanced. So that's why I'm here, so that Norman can be the best dad. Because Adam and Elias's mom lives in Morocco. So, about an hour later, we get not a knock at the door. It was as if somebody was trying to knock the door open. Banging the door. So, I wouldn't have answered the door, but Norman answered the door because he didn't know what to do. And he wasn't happy because there was a team of police that had come to bully us. And so, Norman said, no, you cannot come into this house when the police requested that they do so. Because they just wanted to see Adam. This is what they said. We just means only. We just want to see Adam. So anyway, a whole pantomime ensued, which resulted in me and Norman in handcuffs on the floor. In between that, the police completed their objective. They just saw Adam. He was fine. Up until the point he witnessed his father getting pepper sprayed from about half a metre away as he stood on the stairs. And yes, I did mean the policeman pepper sprayed Norman from within 1 metre. Adam wasn't that close. He was probably about 1.5 metres away from seeing his dad being violently assaulted by a bully and a coward. So, the parasites swarmed in. The tactical unit was deployed. The females came up to speak to the boys. The boys dealt with the men. Now, whilst they were in this building, they took our medicine, cannabis, which calms that anxiety that is brought upon us by, I'm going to use the term loosely, humans like that, people with no conscience, no conscience, no heart, no access to their heart, just worried about feeding themselves, putting money into their bank account and pretending to do a good job, thinking they do a good job, feeling like they do a good job. You know, earlier that day, when I was in custody, I was told by one of the police who was being paid to stand at my door and watch me, just because I refused to speak. I was considered a danger because I was silent. Do you see how words are used, how they use us against ourselves? Yeah. I was told, I asked him actually when I had decided to speak, what good do you do? The whole thing is corrupt. Look at this situation now. And he said, well, you might want to ask the old lady that we helped out of bed who was stuck in her flat. And I said, so you're doing ambulance work, bro? And he said, yeah. I said, exactly. What are you talking about? Wake up, dickhead. So, they stole our medicine. It is a sacred plant. That is part of my faith. It is a sacramental herb. And they took our medicine. We're trying. We're getting better. And they don't like it. They don't like it one bit. And they don't like truth. Because it scares them. Because they're all little children. But distorted, they're children in shadow mode. And they work for a cruel God. But the real God, the one true God, stands above all of it. And I work for the one true God, which is love. Which is love. Babylon is dead. Jah Rastafari.